Have you ever been so fucked up in that shit that you insane? I'm just trying to get my dough up and stay focused and maintain. My bitch be better than me. I know I fucked up, but I loved up and I got you. And girl, these other bitches not you. And we out, we too lit. Cashing out on new shit. Fucking hoe, she too thick. Grinding, I been shining. I just hope that I don't lose it. I just hope that I just keep improving. Everywhere I go, I got.
What's up, y'all, man? This is Zroc Bandz, man. I'm about to fuck this interview up with my man Out the Mud, man.
What's up, y'all? We back with another episode of Out the Mud, and today we got a real special guest from Southeast to every corner of the city. His story isn't clean, it's earned, moving block to block, adapting, surviving, building the sound before people even knew what they were hearing. Back then, he went by HD Zroc. You know, there was momentum, real emotion, real attention, but something shifted. Since then, the story's been different, not quiet, just unfinished. You know, he's still been in the mix, influenced the sound that y'all hear today, watch people run with pieces of what he helped create, all while staying solid through everything that comes with the city. Loyalty, loss, fallouts, and pressure. This isn't just about music, this is about decisions, timing, and what happens when potential meets reality. Today, we sitting down with Zroc Bandz. What's up, Brody?
Man, what's up, man? What's up, man? I'm definitely happy to be here, man. Happy, you know, for this interview, man. You know what's up.
No question. I appreciate you taking the time out to do this with me.
Man, sure enough.
How you feeling today?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling ready to get back in this shit, man. You know what's up, man.
So one of the first questions I like to start out with before I do any interview is, you know, today, like, where you at mentally? On a scale of 1 to 10, where you at mentally? How you feeling?
I'm gonna say, man, I'm at 10 for real, man. I feel like, man, I shaked a lot of the dirt off, man. You know, just dealing with a lot of adversity, you know, coming up from Southeast, man. So, you know, I really feel like I needed time. A lot of us, you know, we really got mental health out this junk. So, you know, I really just took time to my family, you know, kids, shit like that. And just, you know, just adjusting, man, just adjusting to my new life, for real, for real.
Nah, for sure. And that's kind of what we're going to talk about today. The people want to know, like, you know, where you been at. Because for the people that don't know, he's an original artist. Like, he's one of the first original artists from, like, got 10 plus years in the game. So this ain't nobody that's new in the scene. He been doing it. Like I said, he just kind of, like, went on a little hiatus, for real, for real. But, yeah, so let the people know where you from.
Man, I'm originally from Robinson Place, but they already know, man, 30th really where I reside at, Big 3-0. So, you know, man, that's definitely like one of them two. You know, you could pin me in either or. You get what I'm saying? And I done been other places like, you know, Simp, other places that I really, you know, grew up at. You know what I'm saying? Coming up as a youngin'.
Nah, for sure. So being that you from Southeast, for the people that don't know, those are Southeast neighborhoods in Washington, D.C. So how did moving neighborhood to neighborhood shape you? You know what I'm saying? The man you are today.
Man, just, you know, every places, you know, in Southeast, you know, same problems, but, you know, just different, like, what should I say, just different atmospheres, for real. Like, violence-wise is the same, but, you know, everybody different, you know. I feel like certain junks, you get more love, certain junks, it just be, you know, a lot of hatred. So, you know, you just gotta be able to, you gotta deal with you gotta keep going with the punches, for real, man.
Nah, for sure. And what did that look like for you? Because, you know, a lot of people don't understand what it's like day to day growing up in the city, right? So for me, I was born in Maryland. I lived in the city. I lived out Baltimore. I done lived all over Maryland. So I know what it's like going from one neighborhood to another neighborhood, adjusting. So what was that like for you coming up?
Man, it was just like, you know, like, what should I say, man? It was just adapting, man. I'm a very adaptive person. So anywhere I go, you know, I'm a flourish and I'm a be that person. But I can't say just, you know, temptation, for real. You know, just dealing with different little things that, you know, you might want to try, but, you know, you gotta learn on your own. I feel like the best lesson is, you know, just dealing with it yourself, for real. Just going through it yourself. You get what I'm saying?
Nah, head on. Nah, for real. So, okay, so you got siblings, right?
Yeah.
How many you got?
I got 5 siblings.
How many brothers and sisters?
3 brothers, 2 sisters.
Okay, so I want to just get right to it. I don't want to take too long up because the people really want to know, like, where you been at? We're going to get into a lot more about you, but I want to get into it earlier sooner than later. But, like, where you been at? What, for the people that know, like I said, you've been doing this for a minute. You took a hiatus, and, you know, life just be lifing. So for the people that want to know, where you been at? Where's Zroc been at?
Man, Zroc, man, just been, you know, just polishing itself up, man. Just really just, you know, getting to know Zroc, for real. You know, a lot But like as you said, man, I've been rapping since a younger guy, since like in my teens. So, you know, I never really got to find myself, you know, what was really truly for me. And, you know, just taking the time out that I took, it just gave me enough time to actually know who I am. And that's where I really been, you know. I love doing music, as the city can see. Like, you know, I'm one of the pioneers of this shit for real. You know, I ain't, you know, taking no credit from what nobody else doing, but I definitely influenced a lot of people, whether they tell you or not. But yeah, man, I just been, you know, trying to just learn myself, you know, spend more time with family, just, you know, digging more in my bag, personal life type shit. You feel what I'm saying?
Nah, for sure. And when did you realize music was something that you wanted to do? Because we all came up listening to music in the house, found our parents, our family, cookouts, events. When was that moment for you when you said, nah, this is something I want to take serious? Because you started as a teenager.
I'm gonna say, man, like anybody know me from back in the day, like I feel like I've been wanting to do it, but like my first year in high school, for real, when I was going to the joint, YA, Washington Metropolitan and shit, you know, I used to get free studio time down to House DC with my man from Chop. So that was like my first real big shot at, you know, trying to work on my talent. You know, I ain't really had a parents that, you know, put the bag behind the nigga or shit like that. And nor did I had the money for real, because I really wasn't at that age where I was really banging. But, you know, through time, you know, shit just picked up and, you know, things changed for me. So that was just like my first way, like I can do it. You know, school talent shows, stuff like that.
Okay, so I just thought of another question with you saying that. So, but I'm gonna ask this question first. At the beginning, right, like you said, free
Right.
studio time, going with your men, not having the funds or the backing to really push it, right?
Right.
When you first started, because a lot of people, you know, they try to sound like what's already trending or what's already hot to try to get some traction. What was it like for you starting out, as far as like, what did it take for you to find your sound? Because your sound isn't, especially at that time, wasn't a typical sound even now.
If man, I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you, man. I gotta thank my man B Rich, my manager. I feel like my manager, you know, he was taking me down to Atlanta, like before a lot of people was really going down there musically. So I feel like that shaped my sound, while a lot of people didn't know that I was from Washington, D.C., especially Southeast at that. So I feel like, you know, the machine that they kind of put me through with Joe Millionaire, you know, a lot of people just recording with Selassie. You know, a lot of people that's on, they know who Selassie is, down Atlanta. Just with them guys just giving me that stardom for real, to, you know, become the Zroc that people once loved for real.
So that was you as a teenager?
Yeah, that was me as a teenager.
And is that still your manager?
Yeah, that's still family. Mine's a family. We ain't, you know what I'm saying? We ain't never too far.
Got you,
For
say
sure.
less. Okay, so what age was you? Because like you said, when you started, you weren't really banging for real. And of course, you're born in the streets, so it's just natural, but what age would you say you was when you did jump off the porch?
See, I jumped off the porch like early, maybe like 14, around that time, but I'm saying like when I started getting money for myself, I was a little older than that. I was like 16, 17 when I actually really started getting money, but I've been really off the porch. I just really wasn't hustling. I was out there, you know, shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Regular, you know, Southeast younger shit for real.
Got you.
Temptation.
Okay, so a lot of people, like you said, if you know, you know, but a lot of people say you were early on the auto-tune wave in the city, right? Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. That's my way, man. You know, I grew up listening to T-Pain and niggas like that, so that was really my swag.
Got you. And like you said, it came from you going to Atlanta, getting that experience, right?
Exactly.
So do you feel like the sound you helped push got copied without actually receiving any credit for it?
I know, but it's just that I ain't dropped like I always dropped and then stopped dropping, and you know, I never really been as consistent as I really could be. So I feel like that's why I get overshadowed too, because a lot of people that actually ran with my sound, they got more bodies of work than me.
Right.
So people look at it, well, he got all these songs, but if you know, you know. Like everybody from our city know who started what, you get what I'm saying? And I'm not even in it for who started it. I just be wanting motherfuckers to see, like, don't forget Z, you know what I'm saying?
Acknowledge it.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, for sure. So what separates your sound from the people who ran with it after you?
There's only one Zroc.
Yeah, nah, for sure.
And that's just what it is. You know
Nah,
what I'm
for
saying?
sure. Nah, so you know we gotta take it back to the HD era, right?
For sure.
And that's really where you started. So if you want to look up his early, it will still pop up if you type in Zroc on YouTube though.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
for the
for
people
sure.
that don't know, early on in his career, it was a group called HD, right?
Yeah.
And that's who you ran with, right?
Yeah.
And it was you and how many others in the group?
It was two more. My man Fly and my folks HD Mikey and
Yep.
shit.
Okay.
Yep.
And when you were going by HD Zroc, right? That felt like a different moment, right? Y'all had like y'all damn near was running the city.
No
Am I
secret.
lying?
Nah, no secret.
So what was happening in your life during that run?
Man, it was just like, I ain't even gonna lie, even like out of my solo career was, was big too, cause it was like me back at it again. It just shows like my city really loved me, but
Right.
that's like my most time I really felt famous. Like, it was just different, man. I couldn't even really go too many places, man. I felt like, no funny shit, like how them younger rappers felt like crisscross, all they had is like,
Yep.
but just in this era, like, you know what I'm saying? I really felt, like anywhere I go, motherfuckers showing me love, man. You Zroc, shit like that. So,
And how that feel at the moment? How did that feel?
man, I just felt amazing, man, because I ain't had the money to show for my popularity, but
Yeah.
I was popular as shit, and it just, it just brought the best out of me. I feel like if I ain't had that stardom, I probably wouldn't be the Zroc I am today.
Right.
Cause that feeling just made me just want more out of it. Like, what else can I do? You feel what I'm saying?
Right. So what would you say? Because like you said, you had momentum. Y'all got hundreds of thousands of views on YouTube. What stopped it from going to the next level? What would you say was the reason for that?
Me and my cousin, me and my family, like, that's like all them Fly, Mikey, that's family. So like, we was younger, like I said, like we did all that shit in a year. I don't know if people noticed that, but like that wasn't no 2-3 year span.
Right.
That was in a year that we did all that. So, it hit us so fast where we couldn't grasp like what was really going on. I feel like we both had just our own egos, I wanted it in a different way. Mikey was talented in his own way, I can't really say how he felt, but I'm just speak on me.
Yep.
I just was hungry. I was just in a different type of hungry because I knew like outside of this, when I go home, what I was really dealing with. You get what I'm saying? And that was my only piece. And I feel like if I can do this and really, really take it somewhere, I can get me and mines out. Like my immediate family, my mother, shit like that. Like, I ain't come from a family that actually really had it to really push me the full push that I feel like I really deserve. You get what I'm saying?
Right. So you looking at it more so like a career, like this is a life-changing opportunity. So when the momentum came, you looking to, we got to run with this.
Yeah.
And that's what I tell a lot of artists too that I come across that's early in their career that want success so fast. It's like you want to have that time where it's like you building and you growing and solidifying yourself. You don't want it to come too fast because if you ain't got nothing to follow up with, it's gonna hit you. Like they say, everybody got a game plan until they get punched in the face.
Exactly.
So that's if y'all missed it, like that's a lesson in itself.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Nah, definitely.
So that's facts. Okay, so now, right? You done been on the high plateau. You done had, like you said, the momentum, and you was a teenager at the time, right? What are you looking to do differently now going back? Because you are back in the studio. You just shot a video the other day. You know what I'm saying? You back in your bag. So what are you looking to do differently now versus in the past?
I feel like one of the main things I'm really looking to do differently is, just stay true to myself like how I've been doing. Just really focus on Zroc, just go around, not really just be big on features, maybe like down the line when I really, really get super in my bag, but just really just show people like who Zroc really, really is.
Right.
Music as an artist though, like not as a rapper, just as an artist, like how many lanes that I can really, really go. I ain't really got no lane, and I really still feel like ain't too many people that can even create like me. Like I'm still even a songwriter, like I still even write songs, you get what I'm saying? So I just want to get more into that, more into my music bag, if I'm even not even just only just recording, just like songwriting, the song placements, stuff like that, just getting more deep into that bag for real.
No, for sure. So a lot of people, been in the situation that you was in to where you at now, a lot of people, they might go crazy because they might feel like, or be dwelling on the past, I should say. So do you deal with demons from that?
Of course. I mean, I deal with that a lot, but I mean, people gonna say, if you doing good, people gonna say something bad about you. So if you doing bad, they damn sure gonna say something. It's damn if you do, damn if you don't.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So I understand that concept of like too. I just look at it like this. Just do you, regardless of what nobody say. Do you.
And would you say people treated you differently since then? Like while you was in your bag and like you said, people come up to you, not even just from a fan perspective, just people that you dealt with on the regular, friends, family, other artists.
Man, I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you, man. Everybody treated me different, man. And I'm just here to tell you, like, man, when I was really on my shit, bro, like motherfuckers that watch how they talk to me. And that's just what it is. Like, but I feel like everything happened for a reason. I needed the hiatus that I've been through, not even doing music, just to see like who was really there for me or who was really there for Zroc. Because a lot of people weren't there for Donovan, you know who I am. They was there for what could they get? Oh, nah, he might potentially make it. So they gonna treat you different, but lose it all. You gonna see how motherfuckers really, really, truly feel about you. You know, you gonna start seeing motherfuckers that never would've did anything. You feeling like that? And
Right.
I'm glad I got a taste of that medicine, you know what I'm saying? Because it showed me that I had a lot of people around me that really wasn't for me, you get what I'm saying?
Right. So outside of the music, because I'm sure that's a huge part in the question I'm about to ask you, but like, what usually causes fallouts for you? Like, is it money? Is it loyalty? Is it ego? Does it have to, like, if it does pertain to the music, like what usually causes you to fall out with people?
What causes me to fall out with people, honestly, is just, you know, loyalty. You know, I'm old. You know, I was born 97, but I got like an old soul, you get what I'm saying? So I'm big on loyalty. Like, I ride with my man right or wrong, you know, back against the wall, anything. So I just be wanting the same love back, and I feel like I don't get the love that I give out back, like, in this city. You know, but I understand, like, you know, people ain't me, but that's what my biggest issue with people. It's never been about money, because I've been up and down, like, and I done made big street money, all type of shit. So anybody that know me know that, but that'd be my biggest thing. It's just no loyalty, you know, like people, I dealt with a lot of disloyal people in my life, you know, and that shit took a toll on me, you know, because I love hard.
Right.
You know.
I was about to ask you that. What part would you say you played in that?
I definitely played a part in it, just, you know, just seeing signs earlier, but just ignoring them. You know what I'm saying? Like, seeing signs earlier, but you know, like, I got a big heart, so I'm always like, he might get around, that just might,
Give
for the
him grace.
moment. But then some shit long down the line and come back and I be like, he showed me this, or she showed me this, but you know, that's just how I be for
No,
real,
for sure. I feel that, bro. That's law. And just listening to you talk, bro, like the way you articulate yourself, the way you express yourself, it's like, it's you. You get what I'm saying?
Nah,
and that's
for sure.
one thing I be telling people when cause I do the camera, I deal with a lot of different people, and I see the before, and you know, while the camera's on and all that, and I could tell when somebody just like authentically being themselves, and you know, like you said, you had to take a break to find yourself. So was it a process getting to this point?
Yeah, it was a big process, man. I had to deal with humiliation, all that. Like I told you, like I went to go get a job. A lot of niggas where we from, especially rappers, they'll tell you all day in their songs, I fuck a job, I ain't working, I ain't doing this, but you know, I'm a different type of guy. I'm gonna do what everybody else ain't gonna do. Everybody go this way, I'm gonna go the other way. So that's just who I am, you know what I'm saying? That's who I always been. I always been a leader, never really been a follower, always been a trendsetter type of guy too as well. You know, so I just stay, you know, I just, you know, stick to my roots for real, you know.
Yeah, and just something as simple as, like you saying, humiliation with tying it to getting a job, and that's like a thing in the rap scene, even with niggas outside, you know what I'm saying? A lot of dudes outside feel like, you know, if I go get a job, it's like a form of whatever they may make it seem like. I got a job too, you know what I'm saying? I've been working since I was 16, whether I'm hustling or not, I always had a job, because you never know how this shit can go. It's not guaranteed, but for you to even just, you know, understand that, be accountable for that, and process that, and know how to deal with it, and even with however it may come across to other people, say, fuck it, I don't care, I'm doing what's, you know, what's gonna benefit me, because you got kids at the end of the day, right?
Exactly.
And we're gonna talk about that too. So what effect did, you know, because you got multiple kids, how does your kids affect like your day-to-day life, your mindset, how you go about making decisions, just your everyday life?
They a big part of it, man, because like I be trying to like watch what I do, and then like my kids played a big part about me, like even not, you know, doing my music is like fast and eager as I wanted to, because I kept second guessing myself, because I want to be a role model for them. You know, it's cool to be a role model for the people, but I got my own that I'm looking after of, and I want them to look at me in a different light, regardless of, you know, I want them to actually see my struggles leading on to the man that I became. So, you know, I just be big on like, you know, what I be trying to really get them to see from me. That's why, like, even when you said like some of my music kind of, you know, it kind of got the commercial feel, because I want my kids to be able to follow. I don't want to be, you know, just talking all this type of way, and my kids love the music. You know, that's going to program their mind. I want to, you know, just give them a different, you know, sound, like, and give them something different to look forward to when they listening and they pops. You feel what I'm saying?
And then even what you saying, you still right. That's a lost art, because most people, their reasoning for not writing, they feel like, oh, I've been doing it for X, Y, Z, I don't need to. But somebody that's as polished as you are to still write, you know what I'm saying? Like, why?
Why do I still write?
Yeah, and I'm asking simply not because like something's wrong with it, but to me, I love that. You know what I'm saying? And I respect that, because a lot of people be too cool. They think it's like something against writing. They got something against writing, but for you to still do it, like, what's the reason for that?
Nah, I truly understand what you're saying. Like, with writing, it's like how what's my man's name? It's like Tim Duncan in basketball. Like, it's the basics. Like, you gotta know how to go back to the basics to get to that, what should I say, that foundation. You gotta know the foundation of music.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying? Back in the day, that we used to pen and pad. That's how, you know, I know times have changed. People might write in the notes, and some people go freestyle. I even had my fair share of time with freestyle, but when I want to get a message through, it's always good to write. And some of my best records that people know me for, I really wrote. Wait on Me, a lot of them records, Southeast Love, I wrote them records because they was from my heart. You get what I'm saying? And it's hard to pinpoint exactly what the subject that you're actually trying to touch on when you just spitting rhymes and shit. You get what I'm saying?
Right. Have you ever wrote for other artists?
I wouldn't say wrote, but I done gave other artists lines and stuff like that. I wouldn't say really wrote, like, actually. You get what I'm saying? And if I do, I don't remember. Probably was like in the earlier stage, HD, around the HD time.
Got you. Okay, and I want to get into that since we're talking about your creative process. From the moment you hear a beat to you laying it down on paper to you actually performing it, like, what's your process when creating a song? Because a lot of people don't know how technical it is when you go in the studio.
Well, one of my processes when I'm creating a song, see, I don't smoke no more too, so that's when I'm kind of adjusting to, like, learning how to, you know, rap without smoking, you know, because I've been smoked so long all my life, but I feel like me not smoking, you know, is keeping me more focused. You get what I'm saying? It makes me not procrastinate a lot.
Sure.
So that's why I get a lot of things more done. And trust me, I miss blowing the weed. I be smelling it, I be like, damn, but, you know, just, what should I say? Just, you know, just making sure that, like, when I hear a beat, it already speak to me, because, like, I don't know, it's just like something like that's eternal, like with me doing music. But that's just one of my processes, and I got a thing that I do, like, I feel like this is one of my gifts too. I rap to the beat. Like, I can really rap to the sounds and to the...
Nah, for sure. For sure.
Like,
you let the beat make the song.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure. I don't know if you watched the interview I did with Peso, but it was a clip of one of your songs that I put in there. I forgot the guy name you did but it's the joint you like, I'm from the Z. I forgot how it go. But y'all was by the stairwell, it was dark, and it was Brother the Braids, he had the Cartiers on.
Yeah, you talking about Back to My Roots.
Back to My Roots,
Yeah,
yep. Hey, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, my man 42.
And that's one of the jumps where, like you said, like, it's just, it go perfectly together, like it mesh, like the lyrics with the delivery with the beat, like it goes perfect.
Yeah.
So I get what you're saying when you say that. Like, you really know how to make music, bro. And that's why I wanted to lock in with you too, because I've done interviews with people, and me doing an interview will make them want to, you know what I'm saying? Like, it'll inspire them to want to get back into whatever they're doing or get into it a little harder. And me hearing your music and knowing where you come from and just, you know, the type of person you are, it's like, nigga, you got to get into it. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
It's like a gap you got for real. You know what I'm saying? And somebody like you, the city need, you know what I'm saying? Like your voice, your message, what you promote, and just how you carry yourself. You're not somebody that's trying to be something you're not, and you got a real passion for it, a real gift. And I don't want to see somebody like you just waste it and let it go by.
Exactly, and that's like, I'm glad you brought that up. That's like really one of my, you know, one of my pet peeves right now. Like, that's why I really, you know, came back in it, like how I'm coming back, because it's like, I feel like I ain't never really give it my all. I always got distracted, whether it was even by the streets, whether it was even just by, you know, just things that got me distracted. But I feel like, man, I ain't stopping this shit until I really give it my all, you know.
Right.
I feel like, man, I'm something that the city need, and I'm thankful for my city. I ain't no, you know, big-headed type of guy. I ain't big on that. I just be wanting to show that, like, I am one of them ones, and it's for me. You get what I'm saying? This ain't for nobody else.
Nah, for sure. So we got to talk about something that you got going on recently on the internet, right? Where it's another artist in the city who made a song, and from my understanding, y'all previously recorded a song, and you made the hook. But the song, I guess, never dropped or something happened to it, never came out. And then sometime later, however long ago that was, he came out with his own song and he used your hook on the song.
Exactly.
And you know, you made a comment to it, y'all had some back and forth on the internet, but like for something like that, for people that don't understand, like how does that make you feel as an artist when something like that happens?
I mean, stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know me, like I'm like I say, I'm big hearted, I got love for everybody, but it's like, people would love to see you down, man. It's like any way that a motherfucker can keep it real, they gonna go the other way. You get what I'm saying? And I feel like that's what made me do that. Like I ain't really that type of guy. I feel like if I just would have had a call or anything, hey man, you know I'm about to do this, do that. You know what I'm saying? But people be feeling like they too good for that. They too big for that. You get what I'm saying? And you know me living the life that I'm living now, it's like people like, oh, he ain't know nothing no more, so he ain't gonna care. But nah, I do care because that's my passion. I might not show it to everyone, but my music, I care about that. Like that's my everything. Like that's how my city really know me. You get what I'm saying? That's my job. That's my everything. That's my brand. You get what I'm saying? So you taking something that I created with my own brain, and you know just. Damn, I don't care if you would have gave me a little snippet, man. Shout out to Zroc at the end or something like that. That would have been even good for me. It's just like, but just no type of, and I actually really made that hook, and just no type of, you know, nothing.
No, nothing, right. So to you, it was just more so like a sign of disrespect.
Yeah, in so many words.
Yeah, I got you. So I see how you handled it now, right? So like, do you feel like if that would have happened some years ago, you would have handled it the same way? Or like you more mature now, you can just like kind of like, go about it as you're choosing to?
Nah, I would have handled it different. And the only reason why I say that because I'm way mature now. I try to handle that mature. I said I ain't tripping about this shit. You know what I'm saying? An individual put me on their page and thought it was a joke to make me fun. Someone he gonna make me relevant and all this. And come on, man, don't style on me like that. Like I'm just anybody, man. So that was just something that really triggered me. And it just showed me like you gotta show motherfuckers who you are. Because for some reason they don't believe it or they don't see it, and these the ones that know. All the ones that fake like they don't know, they really know what the fuck's up with me for real. Musically. I ain't talking about no streets, I'm talking about with this mic and this pen. They know a lot of motherfuckers can't fuck with me outside this city. I ain't even talking about DMV. I'm talking about in the whole music game as a whole.
Nah, for sure. And not last question, but this part one right here, but like, y'all used to be around each other, right?
Yeah.
Y'all used to be around each other. Y'all had a real relationship. So this ain't like an alias artist.
Nah, this ain't an alias artist, and we got a song together. So this is like somebody that sit around you and study you and act like they don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
But this shit funny to me, man.
Nah,
like,
for sure.
Man, I'm cool. You ain't gotta rush it. I'm cool. I'm just heating up, man. I like this interview. I
fuck with it. I fuck with it. I like how transparent you been, and really, I like how you articulating yourself, because a lot of people think when the camera's on and they doing the interview, they gotta like try to put on the character. And it's like, I want people to see the person. That's the point. That's the reason why I do it.
Exactly.
It's partly for them to see you as a person outside of what you do, tap into what you do, and you know what I'm saying? You represent yourself at the end of the day, and I want people to see the real you and tell your story. So
and I feel like when they match up, a lot of people respect you more too.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? They like, cause he was the same way in his interview. That's why I fuck with Steve. Like, motherfuckers, the people don't know motherfuckers like you over interview and be like, man, where's his music at?
There you go. There you go. Like, on my soul.
Telling you, because the person you are.
I got a thing with like, not with everybody, because a lot of people, I can listen to their music and then I'll go into an interview and it's like, that'll make me not like you because like, nigga, you just off a little bit. But it's some people, I never heard a song. And I go watch an interview, and because of how they did the interview, I'm like, let me go tap into the music. Then when I listen to the music, it make what they were saying in the interview make more sense. You get what I'm saying? So somebody that might have never heard of you, they might listen to this interview, and then they go, let me go tap into bruh. And they listen to me, oh, so now what you talking about, how you write, and then with your vocals going with the beat, how it all tell a story in a sense, and your message with it, and then the difference from back then up until now, the maturity. Like, people are going to see that and hear it, and it's going to make everything you're saying make more sense.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
But we're going to get into you as a person, right? So who is Zroc outside of doing music?
Man, Zroc, man. For one, man, I'm a hustling motherfucker, man. Like, regardless, man. Like, I don't care if it's working. I don't care if it's, you know, making it happen. illegally, legally, you know, but you know, I definitely matured through the years, so, you know, I learned other ways and other avenues to, you know, to be a better person, but yeah, man, like, Zroc, man, his whole aura speak for itself, man. I'm a hustler type of guy, man. I'm a family man. You know, I'm a loving type of guy, jokester. I love to joke, you know, I keep it real, man. That's just who I am, man.
One thing I can say, too, is you real passionate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because just a quick disclaimer, but, you know, I lived around Big Theo at one point when he was living out there, and I seen a couple episodes where, you know, he was in his bag. He might have been on 10.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, for sure.
Whatever it was about, it's just come from, you know, like he said, just being passionate about whatever
That's
it is.
Real,
you know
though.
what I'm saying? And that's one thing I just want to add to what you said on top of that. But are there things that you deal with when nobody's watching that people might not know about that you comfortable with speaking with?
Yeah, man. Man, it just be a lot of things. You know how, you know, just, you know, baby mama drama, you know, stuff like that. Sometimes, you know, you deal with certain women that, and you know, there's no, you know, to downplay any woman, you know, even them. You get what I'm saying? But like, you know, try to make it harder for you, even though they see you trying. You know, that's like one of my, you know, adversities that I deal with, and just, you know, a lot of people that I be actually wanting to see do good don't want the best for me. You get what I'm saying? And that's what be a thing. Like a motherfucker see me, they know that I got potential, know that, but I see a lot of people, they love when you down, but when you shake that shit, it's like, oh, you know, he back, you know what I'm saying? So I noticed that, like a lot of people love to see me down, and I don't know why though, and they be the people that I actually be rooting for. I'm talking about with $1 in my pocket. And that's like one of the things that, you know, really just be unexplanatory to me. Like I can't understand it. You know what I'm saying? Like why that's so, but you know how it be.
And for me, honestly, brothers, I deal with the same shit. And I can't sing, rap, skip a beat or nothing, but a lot of times it's just because what comes natural to you, you don't have to force it.
Exactly.
It's just you. And a lot of these other people, they're trying to find themselves or figure it out, or it may be a little bit harder than them. And when they see you like really got it, it's a gift, you blessed with it, and you don't mind sharing the light or, you know, giving somebody their props, it'll make them uncomfortable because it's like, why is he like this when, you know what I'm saying? They feel like for some reason, like it's like I don't know, it's somewhere, it's ego at the end of the day.
It is, though.
And a lot of times, but it stems from you just being a solid motherfucker.
Exactly.
And a lot of people, they just not. And when they get around you, your aura, how you come, how you carry yourself with what they might, however they may view you as. You know what I'm saying? I got a saying where it's like outside of what you do, you have a first name. Right? And when you look at people like that, like you are just whatever your first name is, and you deal with people like that and not judge them based off whatever their title is, what it is they do, and look at them as a human being, you're going to deal with them different.
Exactly.
That's where that compassion come in, that understanding, that respect, that love, that
empathy.
You know what I'm saying? That empathy.
Nah, for real.
But a lot of people, they might just see you as Zroc.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And
that'll cause a lot of that. You know what I'm saying? But nah, for sure. But yeah, with all that you deal with it, like even with that, like, so how do you deal with it? You know what I'm saying? Because you're not smoking no more. I'm not smoking either, so I know it ain't as simple as just go spark a J. You know what I'm saying? So what? How do you deal with those things?
Man, I isolate. I deal with myself. I try to, no homo, but I try to dig deeper into who I am and, you know, just learn how to be alone sometimes. Sometimes, you know, it'd be cool to be in the crowd. Everybody want to be in the crowd, but nobody likes to be alone. So that's something that I challenge myself with, just being alone, not being with nobody. No friends, no nothing, you know what I'm saying? Just dealing with myself, learning myself, you get what I'm saying? And that's one of the reasons for my comeback. Right. Me learning myself, dealing with myself, pushing myself. I be my own friend. Nigga, you better show these motherfuckers, nigga, you better get back on that shit. Niggas can't fuck with you. And you know what I'm saying? I had to start telling myself that because I be around a lot of motherfuckers, know I'm great, but they ain't gonna say it because they see I'm in a trance and they like it. You get what I'm saying? But I had to shake that dirt off, man. And I'm back, man.
Nah, for sure. So if you could, like I said, I know now is totally different version of yourself. This is the understanding yourself version, right?
Exactly.
This is the, like you said, the dug deep, had some isolation. And what's one mistake you will say, like, and this is accountability, right? Because I just want people to learn from your story.
You got to.
What's one mistake you can say you were constantly making? And if it's something you already said, you don't have to repeat it, but I just wanted, like, if you haven't, like, what's one mistake you can say that you constantly made?
Man, I can't leave this out. One of my biggest mistakes, too, that kind of hindered me, too, with my career, too, is gambling. Like, I had a real big gambling addiction. Like, going to MGM, I had to ban myself from MGM. So, shit like that, like, I would run up a lot a lot of money. Excuse me. I would run up a lot of money, and you know, I would gamble. Like I just love the thrill of gamble. Like not even just to gamble, like to win. Like I just used to gamble because that's who I am. Like I always gambled when I was young on the street, and I feel like it took a toll on me, like coming up and, you know, being a young man. And
right.
I feel like that was really one of my biggest downfalls. You know, and it was a time when I really couldn't shake it. And when I used to even be saying people at MGM, man, shawty, get on your shit, man. You ain't you a Zroc? They be right beside me like, yeah, man, I'm gonna drop some shit. But I'm in that bitch with them every day, like literally every day. So, you know, I feel like that was one of my biggest ones, real for real. Like I really had a real big gambling addiction. You know what I mean? I'm slowly really winging off. I feel like MGM ban helped me a little bit from that, but you know, they still got sports bets and all that shit out. But, yeah, man, that was one of the things.
Would you say, this is a two-part question. What's something you had to unlearn to grow? And would you say that's the main thing? And if not, what is?
You said, what is something that I had to unlearn?
Unlearn to grow. So like, for example, like you said, you gamble a lot.
Yeah.
So that might cause you to lose money, fuck your money up. And now you got to keep bouncing back. And then you said, I got to stop doing this so I can, you know, save my money and manage my money a little better. What's something you had to stop doing basically to grow?
Like I said, gambling. And another thing too, man, just, you know, just like putting up with the same bullshit, like, you know, doing the same thing, expecting a different result. Like, you know, keep hanging around motherfuckers that I know ain't good for me, fucking bitches that I know that ain't good for me, excuse my language. And, you know, stuff like that, just doing the same thing and expecting a different outcome.
Nah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes it gets like, you see, you've been doing this for years. Like, did something come out of this for you? Like, did something good, or did you progress? You get what I'm saying? So I'm just in the mode where I just want to progress. I just want the best for myself. You know what I'm saying? What's best for my kids, best for myself, you feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And I got to be a true leader and, you know, lead them. You know, I ain't just leading for myself. I'm not just the old Zroc when I was young. I'm doing stuff, I keep messing up. I got kids that's looking up to me, you know, and my own kids, my bloodline.
Right.
So, you know, that matters to me. You know?
Right, no, for sure, that means something.
Yeah.
This is my last question, then we're gonna switch it up, have a little fun, talk about some music locally, or even in the world. But what was that epiphany? Because a lot of people that do tell me stuff like this, they say it was a moment that something hit them. Was it a moment for you, or was it just, of course it was a moment, but what was that moment for you where it was like, you know what, something got to give?
Man, being around 30th, man, you know they used to have all them CeeLo crap games, and I just keep gambling. And one time I gambled, like it was before my birthday. I had like 2,000-3,000, and I was like, man, I'm about to try to go get me something for my birthday. You know what I'm saying? Cause I ain't been doing nothing for my birthday. So I was like, I finally got some little change. That's how much in the trance I was. And I was like, man, I finally got some little change. I'm about to go get me a little outfit. I had planned some shit, and my man had ended up asking me, man, what you shooting? And I was like, shit, what you shoot? And I was freaking excited because I had some money, and I lost all my money a day before my birthday. And I had got these Jordans like, I think 3 days before my birthday, and I ain't even get them. My little John had got them for me. And that's what I wore on my birthday, and I ain't have a dollar in my pocket, and everybody was wishing me happy birthday. Hey, what's up, Bandz? Happy birthday. And I was just like, damn, I was just like, I gotta stop this shit. Like, I really gotta stop this shit. I went to Project Empowerment and all that. Yeah.
Damn. Okay, let's have some fun now. Let's transition. So, with the music scene where it's at now versus where it was when you was doing your thing for real.
Okay.
What would you say is the main difference from now versus back then?
For one, it's easy to blow up now because there's more attention on music far as like the younger crew. What I mean by that is like people are into the hood controversy. So I feel like a lot of people, they think they got a lot of views, and this ain't no shade to nobody. I'm just saying, a lot of people think they got a lot of views, but they really don't. It's just the city intrigued to the drama. That's all. They just love the drama behind. They know this hood is bop, 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 and this bop, bop, bop. So that's what makes their numbers be skyrocket. I even watch the shit, and I don't even watch. I watch it for the same shit everybody else watch it for. So I understand the algorithm. You get what I'm saying?
Nah, for sure. So in other words, what you're saying is, because a lot of people that might go over their head.
Yeah.
They're gonna think you saying that the view's not real.
No.
What you're saying is people are watching, but they're looking for the drama. They don't really care about the music.
They don't really care about the music.
What's being said, who's this and who.
Exactly.
Trying to keep up with what's going on, and that'll help catapult your numbers versus they genuinely like you as an artist.
Exactly.
That's why a lot of artists that blow up don't really have that much talent.
Exactly.
They just in the midst of the messiness.
And no disrespect, that's why they be like here, like,
They don't get to that guy.
Niggas be having 1 million views still like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Right. Nah, for sure. So who are some of your favorite artists?
And the city wise, I'm gonna be for real. Some of my favorite artists, honestly though, I fuck with No Savage. I fuck with Zroc first. I feel like I picked me first. But I fuck with my brother shit, you know, Z Peso. Man, look out for him. He got a different swag, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, for sure.
Who else? I fuck with my man Top Sleeve too if he take it serious. I fuck with Top Sleeve. I fuck with a lot of artists. I even fuck with Slime Goon. I fuck with Slime Goon. And I fuck with Riff too. I fuck with Riff. Musically, you get what I'm saying? But other than that, it's a couple of more that I probably can't even think of, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Even Nino, I fuck with Nino. I fuck with a couple of more, like even underground. I probably just can't think of it right now.
Nah,
but
for sure, because I put you on the spot, right?
Yeah, but you know, that's
Okay.
that's some of the ones.
And I actually just thought of this question as you name an artist, and we talked about the messiness, right? Because a lot of the artists that get into the game, they don't understand, like there's you as the person, and then there's you as an artist. Have you ever had to battle with separating the two?
Well, me as a person.
Because a lot of
me as
people,
an
what it
artist-
is, you know, you get in that booth, you making music, and you know, you might be talking slide, boom, boom, boom. And to some people, that might just really be them.
Yeah.
And to some people, they just want to make that type of music because they feel like that's what's gonna get them traction.
Exactly.
But because they making that music, what comes with it, you know, they're trying to keep up or maintain that image, and it's not really them. So they start, you know, they carry that character with their real life every day. Like, have you ever had to battle with separating the two?
I wouldn't say battle, but I'm gonna say this though, like, it depends on what the artist see, because you know, everybody got some type of, you know, street shit that they might have did or whatever the case may be. You get what I'm saying? So, but one thing I can say, I stay true to myself regardless of what. Even if I do rap a little similar, I'll be more so in the trap wave. I might say a little shit with a nigga I ain't gonna do or something like that. I don't really put too much on it, like I'm out here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Blase, blase. But I always try to be true to myself, regardless of anybody that I'm doing a song with or any record that I'm trying to drop, whether it's for views or not. But I love my sound. I try to stick to that, even if people ain't rocking with it. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
I try to stick to who I am. You get what I'm saying?
Nah, no question. Okay, so let's talk about what the people can look forward to from you, what you got going on. So what are you building right now that's different from before? Because like I said early on in the interview, you shot a video recently, you know what I'm saying? You've been in the studio recently, I seen that. So like, what can they look forward to from this new version of Zroc coming out?
They can definitely just look for, you know, consistency for one, you know. Consistency, just more artistry, just more real bodies of work. I'm trying to really just get that good music, that good feel-good music back. That's the type of artist I am. Even if I am talking trap music, I just be wanting you to be able to, I like to motivate people. You get what I'm saying? I don't really like to look down on people or, to, you know, to act like I'm better than somebody. I always just like, you know, put somebody in my shoes and let them know that I'm relatable. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So just try to be relatable and, you know, and just more than one thing. Like I tell people, it's more than just shoot 'em up, bang, bang. You know, niggas got relationships, got girls, got kids. So, you know, I'm on that wave. I'm on, you know, talking even like the shit I go through with women, shit like that. Like, that's more my wave that I'm really looking forward to. And, you know, just networking too, you know, getting more back in my networking bag like how I was in the beginning of my career. Just, you know, taking advantage of, you know, people that can help me actually be the best Zroc I can be for real.
Okay, what haven't we talked about? Or is there anything you would like to get off your chest before we wrap up?
Man, the only thing I like to get off my chest is, man, that, you know, Zroc, man, is coming back, man. And, you know, it's just, it's no remorse this go around. So, you know, that's just really what I had to really get off my chest. And that's really it, man. I'm just really let my music do the talking and my work ethic for real. And that's one thing that they can expect from me too. Just, you know, just working, man. Just, you know, just trying to be the best. I'm still getting used to the Instagram shit, because I since they deleted my page, I ain't really been, you know, super Instagram active. So that's probably why my followers are a little low, because when I stopped doing music, I was like, fuck the Instagram shit. I just became like regular on there. I could have been got my followers way a little further than that. But, you know, in due time, it's gonna get up for sure.
Nah, for sure. Okay, so let the people know your Instagram. You got a TikTok?
Yeah, I got TikTok.
Okay, all your social media platforms and your YouTube. Let them know where they can find you, your music, follow you, and all of that.
Yeah, man, y'all can find me on Instagram at 2_Zroc Bandz with 3 Z's. And you can find me on TikTok. It's on TikTok at Zroc Bandz, can't be fucked with. And YouTube, man, you know, Zroc, ZRC, Zroc Bandz. I got 2 channels, so you can go to my old channel, 2Zroc. So, you know, you gonna find me, all of it's gonna pop up.
Nah, for sure. So once again, bro, I appreciate you. This was a hell of an interview. I'm glad you got to tell your story, let people know what's been going on with you.
Definitely.
And y'all go tap in, y'all go follow, y'all go support. Like I said, this is one of the artists that's been doing it. And, you know, like you said, he back into his bag, he back into the game. And like I said, y'all just got to go support, tap in. And this is one of the ones we got to see, like, really put on for the city because he got it. And he got the right intentions with it. So that's the main thing that matters most is, you know, he not looking to just get on and just, you know, send the youngest on the crash wave. He actually want to lead by example. Like he said, he got kids and it really matters to him. It ain't just something to do because everybody doing it. So y'all go tap in, y'all go follow, y'all go support, y'all go share, like all of that. And yeah, this is Out the Mud, y'all. Once again, appreciate you again, Brody.
Man, I appreciate you too. So.
Nah, no question. We out, y'all.